Could anything be more 2010 than singing a cover of Party in the USA? Okay. I like this episode, but IMDb, on the other hand, oh dip. Okay, it's tied for the 9th worst score on IMDb, which is crazy because this episode's huge. We've got musical productions.
Oh yeah, I got a big box, yes I do. I got a big box, how about you?
I got a big box, yes I do. I got a big box, how about you?
Yeah. Dunder Mifflin is a part of Sabre.
Mifflin is a part of Sabre.
You sure it's Sabre?
I think you don't know what you're saying.
We've got huge guest stars.
Hi, I'm Christian Slater.
The introduction of a mainstay for the next few seasons.
Hi. My name is Gabe Lewis.
A ton of product placement.
Is it something I said?
It doesn't lock for the children's safety.
Think different from Apple.
And it was directed by John Krasinski. All right, we're going to get into it. Hey, I'm Chris, and welcome to the Office Field Guide. I'm reviewing every episode of The Office here on my channel, and today we're looking at Sabre.
I wonder what's inside.
Warning! Warning! Warning!
I understand nothing.
Sabre was written by Jen Salata, so if you've been following along, she's a pretty big deal behind the scenes on The Office. Showrunner, occasionally still writing and directing episodes. I'm calling that out because, along with Krasinski directing it, this felt like, at least at the time of airing, a really important episode for The Office. It's kind of like the season's business plotlines have all been leading to this moment.
Is this because of the 60-minute segment about working conditions in our Peruvian paper mill?
It is rumored that they will recommend declaring bankruptcy.
What?
No.
So congratulations.
We're not fired.
No, not congratulations.
All right!
Hi.
Hello, Eric Ward. Welcome to Dunder, Mifflin.
Hi. My name is Gabe Lewis.
Interestingly, this is the first episode that Ed Helms was labeled as one of the main cast members, rather than just a guest appearance. I'm sure there's Hollywood business reasons for why this was happening, but it only took him 3 years to get on as an official cast member.
Nailed it.
Surely some of Helms' movie star power was a factor in that decision. And meanwhile, on that note, have you noticed that Dwight is not in this episode that much? He's really only present for the cold opening and those first couple opening sequences.
Scranton hot dog from Scranton?
You know what, Dwight? Let's give him a minute to settle in.
I'll say this though, in the short amount of time that he's in this, he has one of the best jokes that I've got a new appreciation for due to the amount of times I had to pull the Gabe walking into the office clip. It's like 15 seconds to figure out what to do with those hot dogs. It's awesome. And the reason that Dwight's in this one, just for a small portion of the time, is that Rainn Wilson was actually on set shooting his 2010 movie called Super, which was written directed by James Gunn, stars Rainn Wilson, Elliot Page, Liv Tyler, Hawkeye's wife, Kevin Bacon, and Nathan Fillion. How have I never seen this movie or even knew it was a thing? I'm gonna go watch it.
Nope, don't like that.
Also still on that topic, Steve Carell was filming Dinner for Schmucks, so if you've ever noticed something off about his hair during the gossip episode into this episode, that's what's up. I also read that Salata felt Carell's physique was a little too athletic for Michael's character, which is why they decided to keep his shirt on in the hot tub. I do think it works in universe though, because it's showing really how uncomfortable Michael is with this situation, everything that's going on with Wallace right now. But the Sabre episode does mark one very important thing.
Suck it.
It's the last time that Wallace and Michael interact.
There are very few things that would make me not want to team up with David Wallace. And suck it is one of them.
So let's have a look back at the relationship so far.
Had a very good thing going with David Wallace. He was a good guy. He was somebody I could trust. There he is. You can really see that he is okay taking a picture with me. Doing a presentation on the branch to the new CFO.
And you want
Michael Scott Scranton.
Nice to meet you.
Ditto.
Michael, David Wallace.
Yeah, I'm glad you called. Ryan is being a little bitch again.
Come on, Michael.
What's up, my brother?
I'm calling.
That's not necessary.
May God guide you in your quest.
you know what 911 means? Yes, Michael, what is so urgent?
David, guess who I am sitting here dressed as?
I'm not going to get...
Hey,
Oh.
you must have walked right past me. How you doing? David! Oh, Michael. Are you all set?
Isn't our interview tomorrow?
Michael, is everyone okay?
Oh, well, I'm afraid not. Toby Flenderson of HR has made a sudden reappearance. Hey, David. I think you're a nice guy, too.
Thanks, Mike.
Even though I was there for disciplinary reasons.
And with that, we move into a new era for Dunder Mifflin, which I do genuinely wonder if this episode gets some undue hate because of where this arc takes us,
Sabre.
rather than the quality of this episode itself, but we're going to get more into that later. Michael has a new boss that he quickly comes to hold zero respect for, and a new boss's boss, played by Kathy freaking Bates.
You'll find it easy to embrace the Sabre spirit. Welcome. We're very excited to go on this journey with you.
Kids, if you don't know why that's a big deal that Kathy Bates just showed up on The Office during an amazingly produced Sabre introduction video, well, Bates is an Oscar award-winning actor and is honestly the most ambitious guest star role that The Office took a stab at so far. Amy Adams in Season 1 became famous around the time of her airing. Season 5's Stress Relief also has some stunt casting due to its Super Bowl effect kind of thing that it was doing, but really, they found a way to weave in the guest stars without it feeling too forced. Kathy Bates, on the other hand, well, it's a little shocking to see her show up on screen in our Office documentary that stayed so far away from stunt casting on purpose. So again, do we hate this episode because it's not well done? Or do we hate this episode because of what it means for The Office in general?
Wow, that is metallic-y.
But again, we're going to get to that in the ratings. While I was familiar with Bates, I was not that familiar with Zach Woods. And I'll be honest, I wasn't a big fan of him or Gabe in this series. That is until I watched Silicon Valley, and I got a whole different appreciation for the other side of Gabe Lewis's character, and really what Zach Woods brought to this role. And if you disagree... Oh, and then there's the Jim Pam arc of them trying to plan out their future, and they come across some seemingly normal guy who's starting to throw them some shade.
Adorable, right? If the time comes, we can discuss it.
This is coming from the guy who still uses a children's toilet?
Seriously, you told her?
I think we could debate this in the comments, but who was right or wrong in this whole situation? To me, it's like everybody is kind of breaking social norms.
Yes, you saw this. Yes. No, it was.
And I love this sequence. I tell you what, I'd rather watch nothing but Scott's Tots and the Toby leg grab than spend an eternity in this scene. It's so uncomfortable. It's so well done by everyone. Jim's being extra, the preschool guy's being extra. Pam's really the only one not worried about the unspoken nuance of this whole situation.
Is this because Jim walked in on you going to the bathroom?
What?
And the writing forcing Krasinski out of the bullpen for the majority of the episode was a really good move, so he could focus on being behind the scenes while his character was absent during the Office sequences. And the preschool set would be much more manageable for the actor-director for this episode. And then there's the Andy, Aaron, will they, won't they subplot.
He's gonna try to top what he did with the drum line. I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
The ball's totally in Aaron's court after the whole drumline thing.
But with that, let's dive into the deeper meaning.
What does a bean mean?
Someone please explain it to Cap. Is Christian Slater back there? Because he knows.
Okay, instead of a deeper meaning, can we just revel in the glory that is this Welcome to Sabre video starring Christian Slater, who's credited as himself, but on Entourage, at least on IMDb, he's credited as playing the character of Christian Slater.
Entourage!
And kids, if you don't know why Christian Slater showing up in a video produced by Sabre's internal communication production teams is a big deal, it means that they have a ton of discretionary funds. Slater's an award-winning actor who has amazing screen presence in this intro video. Stealing someone's snack and posing in front of what later becomes the fictional metropolis of San Angeles Police Station. No, we have to talk about the deeper meaning because we've done 100 of these episodes and now it's a thing. Okay, this episode is about securing your future. Michael's at his limit due to the changes that his new boss structure is bringing him and considering making the grandstand. Even though the episode doesn't make any allusions to it, he did just do this less than a year ago in the amazing Michael Scott Paper Company arc. Instead of remembering that arc and demonstrating some real character growth, something that they can't quite do with Michael right now because he still needed to be the butt of the cringe jokes. Even though they're actively demonstrating that they can do cringe writing without Carell's presence at all. Michael goes to see a depressed and helpless David Wallace, who tells Michael basically to
suck it
by not giving him any advice and seemingly lost without a job, forcing Michael to realize that he's better off staying where he is. Except they don't pay this thing off with any real meaningful way throughout the series by making Wallace later get super rich off the suck it idea.
The U.S. military bought the patent from me for $20 million.
Meaning that what Michael learned in this episode is later undercut by writing, a trend we're going to continue to see again and again.
You think that I would let this happen again? No way, Jose!
And I again understand why people dislike this episode because of what it does to the series instead of, being a bad episode, which it's not.
I don't see any strawberries.
I know I saw them.
Well, maybe they ran away because they were intimidated by this.
So Michael trying to find a way to secure his future in an unsure world by latching onto something he considers stable. Jim and Pam are trying to do the same thing by trying to get their baby into a good preschool. And I guess Aaron and Andy's Will They Won't They falls into this theme as well.
That's as hard as I can hint.
And it reinforces the idea that the future is unsure for all of us, no matter what our current circumstances are. So, go out and make your $1 million idea or take risks in your job or play it safe, get aggressive with preschool administrative people.
This coming from the guy who still uses a children's toilet?
I don't know. Jim does dad jokes in this one.
The infantry.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think that matters much, but I loved it. It was great. Thought it was cute. Let's rate this thing.
This is the worst.
First, if you could give this video a like, that would be great. I know YouTubers say this stuff all the time. It really does help getting these videos out more, and it costs you nothing. So like and subscribe, do all that stuff, hit all the buttons. That's great.
Kids will love it.
Okay, but for Sabre, by now, y'all know how I do this. I rate episodes based on the content itself. And also, it's on a curve of Office episodes. So on my scale, using IMDb, this episode would rank as like a 1 out of 5, which, all right, let's just go. First, the cold opening.
Oh yeah, I got a big box, yes I do. I got a big box, how about you?
I got a big box, yes I do. I got a big box, how about you?
I think you don't know what you're saying.
This is great. It's high energy, it's got Michael, rubber prop jokes, and jokes that got by the censors.
Scissor me.
I got a big box.
Putting the box back together like a group as though they really accomplished something. The whole office comes to a stop.
Impulsivity and inattention to detail.
Hey.
This is what the series is about. I love this cold opening. It's a 5 out of 5. Seriously, hits all of the marks. As for Sabre itself, it's hard to separate the episode from the arc, which will last quite a while. I think it goes all the way into season 8, and it does leave a bad taste in some people's mouths. But Sabre, the episode, is actually a great episode of The Office, managing the heavy lifting of giving Dunder Mifflin a more modern corporate vibe, introducing new characters, and even reintroducing
Nick. He's your new IT guy.
Bates's folksy, no-nonsense CEO of Sabre is pretty great, and was always welcomed for me. I guess as a viewer of the series, even through the first time, the realism was never a consideration for me. I understand creator integrity, but, I don't think Bates ruined it by showing up on the screen any more than Steve Carell going off and filming a movie.
Return to sender. Clean up on aisle 5.
It just never really bothered me. I think the criticism here is what it opened up the door to, and generally I understand that. The Sabre song is an amazing sequence though.
Sabre!
You sure it's Sabre?
Leading right into a great conference room scene where everything Michael hates gets unpacked, leading to one of my favorite GIFs, or GIF, I don't know, whatever. People criticize me no matter what I say. GIF.
Michael, this isn't a toast, you're just thinking out loud.
Leading then to a video call in which Bates from a Skype meeting owns this entire scene, to an amazing sequence that Michael and Wallace have, then to a pretty good B plot with the Halperts versus the preschool. It's a good episode that's far underrated for the series. 4 out of 5 is what it's getting from me, and if you don't like it, there's also so much subtlety in what the writing and the directing does here to reinforce what David Wallace is going through with just Wallace's wife.
Hi. Sorry, I was just in the neighborhood and thought I'd come by and say...
No problem at all. This is great.
Also, who puts cereal in their refrigerator?
Perfect. No, don't like that.
See, I haven't... Is that a thing?
Well, actually, I can't cook, and I am starting a restaurant. Mike's Cereal Shack.
I'm thinking we'll have as many varieties as you can buy in the store.
But that's just what I think about Sabre. Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
So you've been shown a nonsensical video. You're probably wondering, what's going on? Well, you're not alone.